Have you ever wondered how much your physical condition affects your mood and well-being? The answer to this question could be a turning point in your life. Everything we do starts with how we feel inside and out. Training is not just a process of improving physical fitness, it is your opportunity to change your life. When you start training, you don't just change your body, you change your perception of the world, your attitude to difficulties, and your self-confidence. You can be sure of one thing: sports are not just a way to become physically stronger, it's a way to become stronger internally. This is the path that will help you unlock your potential. Every time you get out of bed and go to a workout, you take a step towards your best self. You are filled not only with energy, but also with confidence. Doing sports is like cleansing your soul and mind. Training is the moment when you disconnect from the outside world, remove all worries and problems, and focus on yourself. This is the moment when you feel alive, when your body and mind connect, and you feel that you are capable of anything. At such moments, you feel your power. You realize that every sweat, every step, every repetition is not just an effort, but an investment in your future. Have you ever felt like you don't have enough energy? Sport is the answer to these questions. Regular workouts fill you with energy. When you exercise, your body produces endorphins, which are called hormones of happiness. These substances will not only improve your well-being, but also set you up in a positive way. You will begin to notice how your anxiety disappears, how you become calmer. Don't forget about how sports affect your mental and emotional state. When you train, you learn to deal with internal conflicts. For example, when you feel tired in training and want to give up, but still decide to continue, you overcome your inner barriers, and this experience stays with you not only in the gym, but also in everyday life. You start to look at difficulties from a different point of view, as an opportunity to learn something new and become stronger. Every training session is a moment for self-reflection. In order to be in the present moment, sport teaches you to be attentive to your body, listen to it and respect it. You learn not only to set goals, but also to achieve them, and every little success in training is a step towards great success in life. By overcoming difficulties in the gym, you gain confidence that you will be able to overcome any obstacles. You will become a person who is not afraid of problems, because you already have experience overcoming difficulties. Now imagine how you will feel when, after a few weeks of training, you will notice the first results. Your body becomes stronger and your soul calmer. You will feel your energy grow. Your inner state will become more stable and confident. The more you exercise, the more confident you become. You can look in the mirror and to see not only your body, but also your strength of spirit. This will be your reward for every workout, for every minute of effort. As you train, you will feel your life changing. You become a person who is not afraid of challenges. You will learn not only how to deal with difficulties, but also to accept them as part of the path. You will realize that failure is not the end, but just a step on the path to success. You will believe in yourself and your strength, because you've already proved that you can overcome a lot. If you haven't started training yet, now is the perfect time. Take the first step and feel your energy start to grow every day. Don't miss the chance to become the best version of yourself. Sport will give you not only a strong body, but also a strong spirit. This is your chance not just to change your body, but to change your life. Believe in yourself, start right now, and you'll see how everything around you is changing. Have you ever told yourself, "I can't do this"? If so, then know that every time you say these words, you are getting closer to doing it. After all, the most important thing is not what you think about yourself in difficult moments, but what you do despite your doubts. The path to success begins with a small step. When you start training, you face difficulties. They won't be waiting for you with open arms. On the contrary, they will meet you at every step, at every turn. But it is through these difficulties that you become strong. Overcoming yourself is what makes you the kind of person who achieves your goals. This is the moment when you realize that failure is not the end, but only part of the path. Willpower is not just a desire to do something. This is the ability to move forward, even when all the forces inside are shouting stop. When you're training, and you think you can't do it anymore, you're actually in the moment of truth. This is the moment when your willpower is tested for strength. This is the moment when you have to prove to yourself that you can do more than you think. When you feel like you don't have enough strength and you want to give up, that's when you get a chance to test your strength. You know that you are tired, that the pain in your muscles is becoming unbearable, but your mind is telling you, keep going. Is the moment when you begin to truly overcome your personal limitations. Your limitations are just an illusion. They exist only in your head. And as soon as you start acting, you immediately see that they are not that big. You are capable of much more than you think. It is important to learn to look beyond your physical sensations, beyond mental blocks, and see yourself in the future, having overcome all obstacles. True strength is not the ability to not experience pain or fatigue. Willpower is the ability to keep going forward, even when everything inside is screaming stop. Every step, despite the fatigue, brings you closer to the goal. It is overcoming these difficult moments that makes your victory so valuable. Think about it for a minute. Every time you want to give up and still keep going, you become not only physically stronger, but also mentally. You're not just training your body, you train your character, your determination, your ability to self-control. With each barrier you overcome, you become more confident in yourself. You begin to realize that all the power, all the energy is inside you. You are able to overcome any obstacles because you have already learned how to overcome your inner doubts and fears. The most important thing is not to stop, despite the fatigue and disappointment. The one who keeps moving forward, despite everything, becomes the one who achieves the impossible. When you tell yourself, I can't, you're actually starting to fight the most powerful enemy, yourself. But that's exactly where true success lies. You find the strength to walk, even when it seems like you don't have it. You learn to trust your body and your spirit. You're standing on the edge of the possible and the impossible. Every step you take is a victory. Don't look at obstacles as barriers. Take them as an opportunity to learn something new, to become better. They won't stop you if you don't let them do it. On the contrary, they will only push you to do more. Because your strength is not to avoid difficulties, it's about meeting them face to face and overcoming them. Now is your moment. Make a decision not to give up, not to let yourself stop when it gets difficult. Willpower is not just a quality that we are born with. It is something that we develop in ourselves through every step, through every effort, through every workout. Overcoming your personal limitations is the path that leads to your dream. And you can pass it if you keep going, despite the difficulties. When you start, it's always hard. But remember, every step you take brings you closer to your goal. Don't give up, don't stop. You're capable of more than you think. All that is needed is to keep moving forward. You're already on the right track. Do you want to change your life? Do you want to become a person who achieves his goals, who builds his life according to his own rules, and who does not postpone for tomorrow what can be done today? Then start with training. Sport is not just a way to strengthen your body. It is a unique opportunity to train your character and develop self-discipline. When you decide to start exercising, you start setting goals for yourself. At first, these may be small steps, such as increasing the number of repetitions or increasing the weight on the simulator. But every day your goals become more ambitious. Sport teaches you not to be afraid to set high goals, because you know that every effort brings you closer to success. And most importantly, sport teaches you to achieve these goals, despite the difficulties. When you train, you set a plan for yourself. What do you want to achieve, and how will you move towards your goal? This is how your organization and planning ability develop. You learn not only to follow a training schedule, but also to transfer this discipline to other areas of life. Just as you complete a training program, You begin to approach your tasks more clearly and in an organized manner at work or at school. Every training session is a day when you have to be disciplined. In moments of fatigue, when you don't want to go to training, it's your self-discipline and inner attitude that help you overcome these barriers and move forward. This is the moment when you don't give up, but continue, despite physical and psychological fatigue. And that's the power of sport. It teaches you how to work even in the most difficult conditions. You become a person who does not delay, but acts. You no longer look for excuses. You don't come up with reasons to postpone your business for later. Sport forces you to be responsible for your actions and makes you a person who does not wait for tomorrow, but does everything possible today. This is an important quality that carries over into everyday life. When you play sports, you develop not only physical strength, but also willpower. You learn to be honest with yourself, set goals for yourself, and go towards them, despite all the difficulties. There are no compromises in sports. Either you train or you don't. Either you achieve the result or you don't. And it is these clear and precise rules that help you develop self-confidence. You start to believe that you are capable of more than you thought. You realize that your strength is not only in your body, but also in your mind. When you start to see the results of your efforts, you realize that every step, every workout, every minute spent in training brings you closer to your goal. This experience helps you to cope with tasks in other areas of life, because you have already learned how to set goals and achieve them. You are not afraid of difficulties, because you have already gone through them in the gym. You have become a strong person not only physically, but also mentally. Sport also develops your ability to self-organize. You begin to understand how important it is to properly allocate your time, how to plan your days so that there is a place for both work and training. You learn to manage your time and resources, and this quality is indispensable in any area of life. You develop an inner balance, and you become a person who doesn't miss important moments and doesn't procrastinate. More self-confidence, more determination, more ability to cope with difficulties is what you get from sports. Sport gives you the strength that helps you not only achieve your goals, but also overcome any obstacles that stand in your way. You become a person who is not afraid of difficulties and always finds a solution. Self-discipline, organization, and determination are qualities that you develop every day in training. These qualities become the basis for all other aspects of your life. Training builds habits in you that stay with you forever. Each time you become more confident in your abilities and realize that success in life depends not only on what you do, but also on how you prepare for each step. You learn not to stop halfway, but to always go to the end. Sport makes you a person who knows that discipline and organization are the keys to success in any field. Start with training, and you will see how your life will start to change. Sport is not just about physical activity. It's about training your character,